2024 definitely was by far the most amazing year for Counter-Strike skins. We had a massive number of iconic and memorable moments in CS2 skin history, we had the craziest unboxes ever, and several new items were created that we thought would never exist. So let's take a trip down memory lane, and let's relive the most exciting CS2 skin moments of 2024. SkinSwap is a CS2 skin site where you can conveniently buy, trade, and sell your CS2 skins. Not only that, but they're giving you a free case to open when you start using the site, where you could get up to $150. You can buy skins with only a couple clicks. Trading your skins is as easy as selecting the items that you're trading and selecting the item that you want. And even if you're a little short on your trade, you can top up your balance with a 40% deposit bonus, and you can also sell them your skins instantly and get paid out in a large variety of payment methods. Not only that, but they're always running weekly giveaways for up to $250, currently for a Bowie knife slaughter. So use code TECHSAVVY now to claim your free case, and check out the link to SkinSwap in the description if you want to buy, trade, or sell your CS2 skins. Oh boy, we did not have to wait long, because on January 15th, this screenshot was discovered on Buff, which proved the existence of a StatTrak factory new AK-47 case hardened pattern template 661, also known as the SCAR pattern.
Guys, do you know how crazy that is? This AK is what people have been waiting for 10 years.
This skin, specifically in StatTrak Factory New, is considered the holy grail of CS2 skins, and it was valued at roughly $1 million. The case this AK can be found in, the CSGO weapon case, has been out at this point for well over 10 years, and only now do we see the StatTrak Factory New 661. The case that it comes from costs well over $100 now, and a trade up where you have a decent % chance of hitting the AK costs thousands of dollars, so everyone thought that this skin would never exist. Where did this AK come from? We have no clue. I've heard rumors going around that someone found it on the Steam market 10 years ago and just kept it in a private inventory until now, but I also heard rumors that it came from a trade up. As far as I can tell, we have no idea where this skin came from. Now, statistically speaking, it is more than likely that this skin has existed for several years now, since most weapon case ones were opened back in 2014 when they were cheap, and if anyone got it from a case or a trade up recently, then I'm sure we'd know. The next crazy thing happened just under a month later on February 4th, when Flary crafted the #1 lowest float StatTrak AK-47 Fire Serpent.
In 3, 2, 1. Boom! I missed! Boom! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh 20k! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hitting this trade up is absolutely crazy, since he only used one Bravo input in this trade up with case fillers, meaning that he only had a 5% chance at the AK Fire Serpent, and the crazy thing is that he got this P2000 Ocean Foam from a 10% trade up a couple days before.
And we will hit this 10%, $500 profit, easy. In 3, 2, 1, boom. Yes! Yes!
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
This trade up cost Flary over $1,000, and he managed to sell the AK for $15,000, so safe to say he made amazing profit. And by the way, he makes amazing YouTube videos, so go check him out, link in the description. And once again, we did not have to wait long. Just 2 days later, Valve released a massive update called A Call to Arms, the biggest CS2 update since its release, which reintroduced some features from CSGO and introduced a bunch of new features into CS2. This was an absolutely massive update, and I'll do my best to cover everything relatively quickly. First off was Arms Race, where you get a kill with each gun and you climb the ladder, moving on to the next more difficult gun until you finally get to the knife, and if you get a knife kill, you win the game. Before this update, you could only place stickers on 4 preset positions on each weapon. This is now not the case. You can place your sticker anywhere on the gun, you can place a 5th one, and you can even adjust the rotation. Now, of course, this allows for more creativity, and oh boy, people have been creative. Look at these crafts. These would all not be possible with the 4 preset sticker positions. The Call to Arms update also introduced the Kilowatt case with 17 new gun skins, including the first Zeus skin, the Zeus Olympus. We had the AWP Chrome Cannon and the AK-47 Inheritance. These were the first skins on the new CS2 models, and honestly, they look so much better than the old CSGO model skins. And And of course, we also got the new knife, the Kukri knife with the OG finishes, so that's the Fade, the Slaughter, the Case Hardened, the Crimson Web, etc. There was also more in this update, such as Zeus's recharging in 30 seconds, we also got a sticker capsule, a music kit, the XP overload icons, and even the agent emotion animations. This update was much needed for CS2. I'm giving away this M4 Hyper Beast, and all you have to do to win it is like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below which is your favorite CS2 skin moment of 2024. I'll roll the giveaway if this video hits 500 likes in the first week, so best of luck, and don't forget to add your trade link to your YouTube bio so that I can send you the skin if you win it. And just over a week after the Call to Arms update, I crafted the #1 lowest float Desert Eagle Emerald Jormungandr. Now of course, you know me, I couldn't just craft the #1 skin, I had to make the float something special, so I made the float 50666666. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Desert Eagle, Emerald, Jormungandr. Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, we got it! Oh my god! #1, Emerald Jormungandr. This is not as difficult as it might seem at first, but it is quite a process. And you know what else was quite a process? Getting that XM Frost board that I used for this trade up. It took me something like 17 attempts, and it cost me almost $2,000. So the trade up total, including fillers, was $2,500, which is absolutely insane. But this Desert Eagle was the most expensive skin I've ever gotten from a trade up, and it eventually sold to Sparkles for $3,600 later in the year. Speaking of Sparkles, he uploaded a legendary video just over a month later. On March 28th, we got this video, which is his first update video about his #1 Dragon Lore project. The video performed extremely well, getting 500,000 views. People clearly loved this video, and the reason for that is because it wasn't just a bunch of expensive trade-ups. Sparkles explained in detail the backstory of how he got his hands on a bunch of low float knights, including some drama with the owner of the current #1 lowest float Dragon Lore, Kachoro, and it just made for a great video.
Let me update you on all the drama that's been happening behind the scenes. The #1 knight was crafted by Drutter, and he agreed to sell me it for $8,000. Then out of nowhere, a Brazilian dude came and offered him $16,000. Turns out that Brazilian dude is actually the owner of the #1 Dragon Lore currently, and bought the #1 knight basically just to stop me trying to achieve my dream of crafting the #1 Dragon Lore and replacing his.
And yes, I'm gonna be glazing Sparkles a lot in this video because he has created the most legendary moments in CS2 skin history out of anyone out there. Before we dive any deeper, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm buying skins for PayPal. So if you've been thinking about cashing out your skins, this is your opportunity. I buy pretty much anything and everything, including the new Armory skins. I even wrote a guide on how to safely sell your skins so that it's as easy as possible for you. So direct message me on Discord and I'll get you cashed out for PayPal as soon as possible. The Copenhagen 2024 Major took place at the end of March, and there were some pretty cool things that happened. For example, Remix organized a 20% Dragon Lore trade up at the Grand Finals, and FaZe ended up winning the Major. However, there were also some not so cool things that happened. This was a result of two rival gambling sites fighting, and it was not pretty. They even broke the trophy. But to be honest, I don't really want to talk about it. Let's move on to the next one. On May 14th, the biggest Chinese marketplace, Buff.163, decided to stop supporting the sale of containers. This included everything from cases, capsules, souvenir packages, even graffiti and patch packs. As far as we know, this was Buff's own decision, but it does seem like they had to do it because of some kind of government regulations in China, but this really was only the beginning, because merely 10 days later on May 24th, Buff completely shut down to users not from mainland China. And this day was total chaos. You see, before this day, Buff basically was the market. It dictated prices, whatever the Buff price of a skin was. Pretty much every single trader considered that to be the real price of the skin, and it had by far the largest volume, even outbeating the Steam market. Now, importantly, Buff is still functional. It except most people don't have access to it now. And of course, Buff is not the only cash market plays. There are plenty out there that grew into the hole that Buff left, and while it's still probably harder to sell your skins, this pretty much had no long-term effects. Remember this skin? The StatTrak Factory New AK Case Hardened 661? I already mentioned it in this video, so why am I bringing it up again? Well, because on June 5th, it actually sold. This sale was no normal sale. It was a trade mediated by someone known as Raffle Monster through the seller and an anonymous buyer, and the price is not public. All we were told is that it's between $1 million and $1.5 million, which is an absolutely insane figure, and this is to date the biggest transaction of CS2 skins ever recorded. July was an extremely exciting month. I'm lying, nothing happened in July. But on August 26th, it happened again. Leafy CS did a trade up for an AK-47 Case Hardened, and he hit the scar pattern, and get this, it was minimum wear 0.076, and he did it on purpose. Why? I don't really know. I guess just because he has that oil money and he thought it would be funny. That's honestly my best explanation. And while it's a shame that it's not factory new, I gotta respect the memes because he actually calculated it to be just minimum wear. September was once again a very eventful month. Nothing happened in September. But on October 3rd, we got the Armory update, which rivals the size of the Call to Arms update. You can now buy an Armory pass for $15.99, which gives you access to 40 stars that you earn by earning XP by playing the game, and you can use those stars to redeem items from the Armory, 4 stars for each of the new collections, the Overpass 2024 collection, the Graphic Design collection, and the Sport and Field collection. These of course feature some amazing skins like the AKB the Monster, the Ops CMYK, and the M4A1S Fade respectively. We also got a new case, the Gallery case, redeemable for 2 stars. This case contains the Kukri knives unfortunately, but it did come with the M4A1S Vaporwave, which is a really nice skin, and the Glock 18 Gold Tooth, which is pretty solid for a Glock. And of course, you can now redeem a brand new item type for 3 stars, charms. These are little dangly bits that hang off your guns. They're honestly really distracting when you're trying to play the game, but I love them. I'm a skins guy. I got that ADHD brain. You already know it. Charms are my favorite new feature from the Armory. We also got 2 new sticker collections, and the most expensive item from the Armory for 25 stars, the Desert Eagle Heat Treated, which is essentially the Desert Eagle Case Hardened, except the way the patterns are generated works a little differently, but there's still 1,000 patterns, and there's many blue gem patterns. The best one is pattern 490. Not sure why they did it differently, but it's pretty good. But the weirder heat treated skin is the 5.7 from the Sport and Field collection. Why the heck this skin exists, I don't know. It looks pretty much exactly like the Case Hardened that already exists. Honestly, Valve, you could have picked a different skin and we would have been a lot happier with it. The Armory looks suspiciously similar to the shops from the last 2 operations, Operation Riptide and Operation Broken Fang, but unlike those 2 operations, you cannot buy stars anymore. You have to play the game and you have to earn XP in order to obtain them. And with the Armory came a pretty big update to selling CS2 skins. Not only do you have to wait 7 days now to trade your item after you receive it, you also have to wait 7 days to list it on the Steam market. So in the first week of the Armory being released, the only way to obtain items from the Armory was to redeem stars, so you had to play the game. And this of course means that people like me trying to make videos of star openings can't just buy their way to the stars. We had to grind out the stars manually. Playing matchmaking is an average of 1 star per pass per game, which is roughly 5 to 10 stars an hour, which is pretty slow. That then led to running down mid of Dust 2 with Molotovs and grenades trying to deal as much damage as possible, and then came the infamous office deathmatch lobbies. In regular deathmatch lobbies, if you get a score of 1000, then you get 200 XP. The XP multiplier is 0.2. However, in team versus team deathmatch, this value is 3, so if you get 1000 score, you get 3000 XP. You get 15 times more XP for team versus team deathmatch than you get for regular deathmatch. Normally, team versus team deathmatch is not available in CS2 matchmaking. However, there seems to have been an exploit which led to a couple people creating team versus team deathmatch lobbies. You could only join if you got invited by the people making it or by the people who got invited, and oh boy, this was crazy. Check out how many stars you got. Now, of course, since this allowed you to get so many stars, pretty much every YouTuber got on the bandwagon, grinding out as many stars as possible and posting their massive star opening videos. I was one of them, and it did not take Valve long to intervene.
You better not be crying in a few days when you get banned. Bro, if they really cared, they would have already banned everyone who was playing the casual lobbies. And they can't ban us all, right?
On October 9th, everyone who abused the star exploit got a 1-year trade ban. And yes, that includes me. And so many other people also got banned, including Sparkles and Arrow. I'm gonna be straight up, we 100% deserved this ban. We effed around, and we found out Valve clearly is 100% intolerant against XP exploits, which is fair enough. And again, we all deserved it. On November 5th, Sparkles uploaded this video titled Chain Trade Up Challenge, New Collection. It seemed like a fairly normal video, just doing trade-ups from the new collections from the Armory, but nearly 12 minutes into the video, he dropped an absolute bomb. He attempted this trade-up, which if you look at the inputs is a 5% trade-up for the #1 lowest float M4A1S Fade, but if you look even closer at the inputs, you'll notice there is an M4A1S Knight in there. This skin, of course, trades up to the AWP Dragon lore, and the average float of this trade-up is by far low enough to create the #1 AWP Dragon lore, so this actually is a 5% chance for the #1 AWP Dragon lore. It would have an insane float of quintuple 08, smashing out the previous #1 Dragon lore by an entire 0. This definitely is the most degenerate moment in CS2 skin history in 2024, and even though this attempt of his unfortunately missed, we all know that there is something absolutely massive coming out from him very soon. Just about a week and a half later, on November 17th, I was recording a case opening video where I opened Spectrum cases, and this happened. Oh my god, so many. Oh, there we go. Gold, 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 gold. Roll it in. Yes! Oh my god, we did it! We did it! Please, please! Yes! What is it? What is it? Is that a Sapphire? That's a Sapphire. But boys, I don't know if that's a Sapphire. Oh my god, please be a Sapphire. Please, please, I swear. If it's a Sapphire, oh my god. Oh my god, we did it, boys. I can't believe I actually called it. Please, 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 what is it? What is it? That's a Sapphire! That's a Sapphire! It's a Sapphire! Oh my god! It's a Sapphire! Yes, indeed, that is a Huntsman knife Sapphire. A $1,000 knife, and the odds of opening it is astronomically low. And it's even crazier because the green accept button popped up as the gold was rolling in, so I wasn't even sure at first if it's a Sapphire or not, and I was held in skin purgatory for a couple seconds while the game was loading. This is the most expensive thing I've ever opened from a case, and of course, I'm not gonna sell it. This is my play skin from now on. But if that wasn't crazy enough, the next day, on November 18th, a new skin was discovered by Yix, and it's absolutely insane. It is an AUG Eye of Zappims, a restricted from the Overpass 2024 collection, and what's really crazy about it is its float. Its float is 9 zeros followed by 19395, and this makes it the new #1 lowest float skin in the game ever. It absolutely demolishes the previous #1 skin, the Melon, the M249 Gator Mesh, and in fact, this is apparently the lowest float possible for the Eye of Zappims. That is not the lowest possible float in the game theoretically. It is possible to have an SSG Acid Fade with a float of 10 zeros followed by a 1, and purely the fact that the AUG Eye of Zappims is a restricted is insane. How much is it worth? Well, it's kind of hard to say. The previous #1 skin, the M249 Gator Mesh, sold for a Katowice 2014 capsule around $23,000 at the time, so it's reasonable to assume that it would be more, but it might also be less because it's such a niche item. At the time of recording this video, it has been in the original owner's inventory for the last month, and it has not sold yet. Actually, it did. While editing this video, the #1 AUG Eye of Zappims sold to a collector known as Megalodon for, as far as I can tell, for $55,000. Oh boy, November was packed full of historic skin moments, because just 2 days later, on November the 20th, Sparkles uploaded this video titled Accidentally Created This #1 $50,000, where he attempted a trade up where he had a 20% chance for the #1 float M4A1S Fade, a 10% chance for the #2 float AKB the Monster, and a 10% chance at the #1 float AUG Akihabara Accept. Let's see what he got.
This is scary. This is very, very scary. Okay. It's a covert. We know it's a covert. It's a price. What collection? What collection are we missing? Please, not the old school arms deal 2 badge. Please. Please not that. come on. We've seen it so much. No way! That's the best possible outcome we could hope for. That is absolutely insane.
Yup, astonishingly, he actually hit the right 10%, hitting the #1 lowest float Akihabara accept, which is absolutely insane. The previous #1 had a float of 00026, and Sparkles' new #1 absolutely smashed that out of the water with a float of quad 077. This is definitely the craziest #1 trade up hit of this year so far. And again, we're still in November, just over a week after Sparkles' video on November 28th. We got a new CS2 update. It was a very small update, but it made every single CS2 case rentable. Previously, only the gallery case and the kilowatt case were rentable, and with this feature, you consume one case and the respective key, and you are given access to one of every single skin for 1 week apart from the rare special item. Additionally, these skins are not available in StatTrack, and the wear and the pattern index is random. This of course means that you can now rent a CSGO weapon case which contains the AK case hardened, so you can theoretically get a pattern 661 AK case hardened scar pattern if you're lucky enough. I tried doing this the night of the update, and unfortunately I did not get a blue gem. There were some memes going around about renting a cobblestone souvenir package and therefore a souvenir dragon lore, and a Katowice capsule and therefore all of the Katowice 2014 holos. However, as far as I can tell, this is not the case. There are other souvenir packages and other sticker capsules that you cannot rent, and although I don't own either a cobblestone package or a Katowice capsule, I don't see why it would be different. And finally, we have reached the biggest event of this year, because on December 8th, 2024, Sparkles crafted the new #1 lowest float op dragon lore. The video he made about it is definitely my favorite video of all time, and if you haven't checked it out yet, you definitely should do so. He did a 90% trade up with 9 M4A1S Knights and 1 M4 Blue Phosphor. He did it purely for the content. A 100% trade up wouldn't be as fun to watch, and he actually asked for my help at the very end. I had the privilege to help him make the float be special, so instead of something random, the float of the dragon lore that he created is 4 zeros 11111111. The way I helped him do that is I crunched the math for him, and I sent him a combination of 10 skins that he already has that if he puts into a trade up, it would give him a 20% chance at the 10th skin, an M4A1S Knight, that would give him the perfect average float to make the op this special float. And miraculously, he actually hit the 20% for the night. So he now had all 10 skins with the exact right average float. All he had to do now is put him in a trade up and pray that the 90% op dragon lore hits. And I know I already spoiled what he got, but let's watch his attempt because his reaction is something truly special.
3, 2, 1. Remember, always chase your dreams, no matter how hard they are. Let's go! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! I'm sorry, ET. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness, boys.
So these were the most insane CS2 skin moments of 2024. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button. That's the easiest way you can support the channel. I truly appreciate you guys watching the videos for all these years, including 2024. This year has been absolutely incredible for the channel, with the largest growth that I've ever seen, so thank you so much for that. And if you haven't seen this video where I explained how I helped Sparkles create that special float for the #1 dragon lore, then check out this video next, because I jam-packed it full of fun information.